Hello, Henry here. Welcome back to the next round with our Legion. And today we are back in our camp. We are still in the middle of Gaul, and our Caesar has won a fight against the Veneti on the western coast. We dealt with some stuff in the south, and the north has been pacified a bit. So there's still a few regions left in Gaul, so Aquitania is, I think, now under our control, but not really. There's some stuff left in the northwest and especially in the northeast to the Rhine. So yeah, let's see where we go from here. For now, let's quickly check out our Titus and all the rest. So we are fine on sword and shield. We should definitely up now our javelin play, as our javelin play gives us some bad vibes, let's say that. And a sword and shield should also go up here, and discipline. We've been out disciplined and outplayed by the enemies by quite a bit. So let's jump into the training and let's give ourselves a bit of javelin. So let's do it this way. We still keep our education up. And for the troops, we are going for some javelin as well, I would say. And we would also like to go for some drills. So slow sword and shield this time around, but more drills. Let's check the inventory quickly. What is happening here? We've got a bit of money. This is all stuff we do not need. If we compare it, yeah, that weapon is not better than ours. This one's not better than ours. So we're gonna sell that stuff off. Let's sell that. Yes, I wanna sell that. I wanna sell that. I wanna sell that. Let's quickly scan here if there's anything interesting that's up on the... how could I... here. This way. This way we can see it's all the same except for groin gets a bit of defense. This one does. Penalty reduction, so the quickness isn't as... okay. Ooh, and there's even 4s here. 4s with an extra, or a 4 with a penalty reduction. Look at this. But it's way too expensive, we can't buy it. Crazy. On the greaves we've got a quality material 4, so we would need something similar. And here is 4, 2, 3. We've got a penalty reduction here. This one would give us appearance. Yeah, nothing. I think nothing here really stands out that we would use our money for it. Rather, what we do is we go here and we have a high overall morale, and we can buy luxury goods for a bit, for a short period. You can follow us nearby. We can push the morale here, or we can buy a slave, and we buy another one to push up our stability, or not the stability, but the baseline morale by 4 again. So we are now up on 68, and then we push. Yeah, morale is going down. That's to be expected. Your last reaction is still fresh in the memory of your men. We discouraged something again. That's good. We got paid. Yeah, we just push, and push. Engineering went up. Javelin went up. Yeah, now Javelin really pumps. Look at this. We are going for it. That's good. And the Century... yeah, Javelin is getting somewhere. And then we should do Discipline again. Let's do it until 9 or 8. Yeah, you've been sent out to requisition cattle from the locals. You come to a modest farm, a woman approaches you. You also count 5 children, 2 of them in their teens, the rest even younger, helping around the place. You explain through an interpreter that you are here to take on one of her cows away. She looks as though the weight upon her shoulders suddenly became heavier, but she knows there's nothing she can do to stop it. Offer her adequate compensation with your own money. That's 280, we've got that. Stick to your duty, take what you have to and leave, or take the donkey too. The army does not need it, but you could sell it. No, we're not doing that. We're not playing evil. Instead, we're playing a good one, so we even pay her. The woman looks relieved when she sees the silver. You cannot be sure, but you suspect that she has mistaken your compensation for a standard reimbursement from the army rather than a personal gesture of sympathy. Not that it matters. Perfect. As you part with the team, you see the youngest of the children wave at you. Fine. I'm fine with that. It's my personal wealth. I could die anyway soon, so why really keep it? We've got enough in the bank. 218 doesn't really hurt us. Okay, we wanted to check in here again. Yeah. We want to get this to 40. Our javelin is at 40. We go for one more, two more, 10. And now we switch up. We got paid again. That's good. So we're on 41. And also this one's going up nicely. And the century, we're on 36. And the rest is not really pumping. So what do we have? I already forgot. 41. Potential is 53. Yeah, we need to up our game now on the sword and shield again. So, or endurance? Endurance also nice, because a lot of the time we really struggling in the end to keep up. Endurance and 45, so we are already at our base with the equipment. Okay, so endurance and sword and shield it is. We are pushing it already. How about we push it a bit more? We get one more into shield. And for the century, we are taking this away. Put a bit in the drill. Strain. What if I do a bit of shield extra? Okay. Let's do sword extra. Push, push. Admin is going up nicely. Oh, nice. Self-discipline up. So, yeah, 62, 60, that's great. We have pushed it by 1. Not really, right? 10, let's quickly check that. Yeah, still standing at 10. And we're pushing Constitution like crazy. Oh no, Constitution is what we're pushing. Endurance is what we need to push. That is Strength. If sufficient far above the base value, not enough training points are contributes directly. Endurance. Oh, that's the one we needed. Oops. That is the one we needed. Endurance, Constitution. We need a bit of both. Rest is fine. Yeah, rest is fine. And for the century, yeah, the discipline is going a bit up. We still have ways to go to reach our potential here. So let's quickly check again into the drills and the swords. We're still getting a bit of strain, so let's take the strain away. Nice, and now opinion goes up. Yeah, we're just barely squeaking by. Okay, there's some event. You get word that Pompey and Crassus have been proclaiming consul for this year after an especially troublesome election. Not much later, you're told that Caesar's command over the Gallic provinces had not only been confirmed but has been extended by 5 more years. And so this is what a meeting in Italia last year was about. It seems clear that now that the 3 men have some sort of pact between them. They must be using their combined power and influence to keep the powerful faction of the aristocracy, the Optimates, in check. Optimates, yeah. One of the political let's call it parties. It's a very dangerous game Caesar is playing, even more so considering that each of his 2 allies must have an agenda of his own. Whatever lies ahead, you're well aware that your fortunes are closely linked to those of Caesar, and there's no way you can change this now. There's also other reports from a much closer area. It is said that a large host is trying to cross the Rhine in the northern regions, not far from the ocean. According to some of the rumors, it is formed by 2 Germanic tribes. That's what I said. On the eastern front, we are still unstable. The training, we are fine here. We are doing drills. One training unit doesn't change anything now. Discipline coordination is on 51. Discipline on 42. Yeah. let's take that away. And let's put it into sword and shield, and yeah, let's do it this way. Okay. Let me quickly go further, and we move on. Did our job. No other duties, but did our job. So the rumors about the area of the northern Rhine have been confirmed. There are indeed two Germanic tribes who trespass in this region. They're the Usipetes and the Tincteri. You have never heard the names before, but then again you knew very little of the lands east of the Rhine. This winter they came by the land of the Menapii, who have settlements on both sides of the river. You remember the Menapii well, because they and the Morini are the only Belgae tribes who are still resisting after you defeated their large alliance 2 years ago. Regardless, the Menapii evacuated the right side of the Rhine as soon as they became aware of the approaching threat, and took their possessions on the western bank. There they positioned their forces to prevent the Germani from crossing. So up in the northern part. From what is now Belgium. The Usipetes and the Tincteri had no boats and were kept in check for a while. Then they feigned a retreat, and for 3 days they moved eastward away from the river. Reassured that danger had passed, the Menapii reoccupied their homes on the right bank and got hit. On a single night, the Germanic cavalry turned back and fell upon the unprepared riverside settlement, massacred the inhabitants, and took possession of their ships, which they soon put to use to transport their people across the Rhine. They spent a winter in the lands they took over, living off the supplies they captured. The situation seemed serious enough for Caesar to make an early return from his province of Gallia Cisalpina. There's a formidable and potential hostile force on the border of the territory under your control. Just as Gauls were eager to use your help to get rid of Ariovistus 3 years ago, they might be tempted to use the Germanic tribes to get rid of you now. Okay, I'm gonna save here for now. So let's continue and get into the story and see what happens here. Caesar has summoned the leaders of the Gallic tribes. He wants to secure the provisions for the imminent campaign, and to have the usual contingent of auxiliary cavalry at his disposal to complete the heavy infantry of the legion. To complement, sorry, not complete, complement. As the meeting goes on, your attention is drawn by an altercation between some Gallic warriors and a group of legionnaires. Check, break into calm the tempers, or watch from a distance, see what happens. Our charisma is way up, that's fine. Soldiers cannot do anything but obey and walk away, cursing between themselves some frustration. We get integrity and we get opinion. Minister understanding is resolved with no consequences. When everything is in place, your 8th Legion, the mercenary skirmishers, and an auxiliary force of 5,000 horsemen set out towards the territories where the presence of the two Germanic tribes was last reported. Your 8th Legion. Okay. There's tension, but not the fear that gripped almost everyone 3 years ago when you had to face the Germani for the first time. The men think very highly of Caesar after the extraordinary string of victories he led them to, and the army as a whole is substantially more capable than it was back then. Even the youngest legionnaires, the 13th and the 14th, had 2 years to build up their skills and confidence. Okay, all of the legions here. Now I get it. I thought the 8th legion, but it's all of the legions. Okay. You travel fast through the countryside. One late evening, you are resting by a campfire while four soldiers are dicing not far from you. After a while, one of them curses the rest out and leaves. Troop's opinion, the remaining players invite you to join them. Do I play with the legionnaires or do I stay out of it? I would love to. Shows a bit of humbleness, but at the same time, this could also hurt discipline. But at the same time, if you think about it, in the training part, in the camp part, I have the option to, go with the duties of the normal troops. I could do that, but doing duties is something else than gambling. And I'm not quite sure if gambling really was. Well, it's something they did, but soldiers did, but I'm not sure if they are frowned upon or not seen. Let us. What do we do? Do we accept? Do we refuse? Let's accept. Do we do that? Oh, why not? You play almost an hour. Opinion goes up, and your senior roll wins one last round. You decided it's a good time to quit and collect your small winnings. Wow, a two-sister she. The men seem to have had fun in your company. We get more opinion of us. The following day, your column is reached by envoys of the Uspeeds and the Tencteri, the two Germanic tribes. You resume the march as soon as their talk ends in the same direction as before. Hardly a good sign. In the evenings, the meetings of the ambassadors with Caesar is a topic of discussion and speculation at camp. By all accounts, the ambassadors explained that their people had fought a war in the east against the Suebi, who are said to be the most powerful of the Germanic groups. They were able to resist for a long time, but they were ultimately defeated and displaced. For 3 years, they roamed in the search of a new land, till they came by the Rhine last winter. They said they have no quarrel with Rome, but they will keep what they obtained by right of conquest, unless Caesar could offer them comparable territories elsewhere in Gallia. So that's how that worked. The Suebi were in the middle to northern part of Germany and pushed downward and relocated the rest of these other two tribes. The commander replied that there is no land for them in Gallia, not without wronging one of the local tribes and causing harm. Sure, he proposed a different solution. There's another Germanic tribe, the Ubi, whose borders include a section of the river Rhine. They are also at war with the Suebi and besiege Caesar for help in the recent past. The Uspeeds and the Tencteri could join them. The envoys asked for 3 days to inform their people and come to a decision. They also asked to stop advancing, but the proconsul refused. So we're walking whilst they are thinking about it, and what they want to do is put them into the land of some other tribe that needs help, and in numbers they maybe can do something, but well, pushing 3 into 1 could be disastrous. You don't know if it's true or intentionally spread rumor, but it's said that the bulk of the Germanic cavalry is currently away plundering the region beyond the Meuse, an effluent of the Rhine. I think it's I would say that's in Germany we call it Mosel, I guess. Let me check that, if that's the Mosel or the Main, but I think that's Mosel. So let me quickly check that. Okay, I am sorry, I was wrong. This is not the German river Mosel, it's Meuse pronunciation, and it's a river that's flowing from the northeast of France up through Belgium to the Netherlands and connects somewhere to the Rhine, and or is goes into the Rhine at some point, but it flows out in the Netherlands into the North Sea Ocean, and it's called Maas in the other languages. So maybe that's the part where Maastricht is, but never heard of this river, or not in English at least. I thought it was a different one, but no, it's. I'm going to show you a map of this one. I'm going to pull it out right here. So that's the map, and this is the way of the Meuse. Then the river that is on this map called Mosa, and it flows from south to north and through what is now Belgium and Netherlands and flows into the North Sea. And the other river I was thinking about was actually, well, geologically speaking quite close, or geographically speaking quite close, and it's the Mosel in German, or called Mosella here on the map, and it's the one starting in the Sequani parts and then moving up north and then flowing into the Rhine River. And that's the one I thought we were talking about, but we were talking of a different one. So anyway, that's that. Back to the video. So this is where the thing is, and an effluent of the Rhine. This is supposedly why the Germani are stalling. And let's see, continue. Okay, nothing happened. 3 days later, you are about 12 miles from the Germanic encampment. Their ambassadors come back as agreed. When they leave, you advance 4 more miles before setting camp. 12 miles, 4, so we are 8 miles apart. You learn that they agreed to Caesar's proposal, but they need 3 more days to talk with the leaders of the UB and obtain an oath to secure the deal. Caesar asks to meet them again tomorrow to discuss further. As you speak of these facts with your friends Mabius, you are interrupted by a stir at the Porta Praetoria, the front gate. Elements of your Gallic cavalry are back to give account of a skirmish between them and a detachment of the Germanic horsemen. The presence of a latter had been reported to be very small by your scouts, not even 1,000 in number, yet they managed to chase off your far larger auxiliary force. It is not even clear who started the whole thing, but after a brief council with his legates and his quaestors, Caesar declares that the Germani have acted treacherously and his trust was betrayed. You must be ready to march out tomorrow. So, fight it is. After a night of poor sleep, you begin the preparation at the first light of morning. They are still undergoing with a large delegation, which, by the look of it, must be formed by leaders of the 2 Germanic tribes, shows up at camp. They are here to clarify yesterday's incident. Caesar immediately orders to imprison them. Then you form 3 columns and move speedily toward the enemy camp. So no talking. Wow. Was this a false flag operation? In proximity of the enemy, you shift into battle lines. And we do that. What did we check? This century performs the maneuver without too much difficulty. When you advance towards the unfortified Germanic camp, they begin to understand what is happening. You can clearly hear their screams. Some disorganized groups try bravely to slow you down. Yes, we do that. We do altar again. We did Fortuna, Mars, Jupiter, Apollo, Victoria, and Venus. So let's see who's missing. Minerva is missing. Mars we did. Diana is missing. Venus, Victoria. We did. Fortuna. Huh. Okay, we did 3, 6. It's 9. 9 gods. 9 gods. Who am I missing? Jupiter? No, Jupiter wasn't the first. Juno, Minerva, and Diana. Then we have each one. Okay, here we are. The cohesion of your enemy must be 200 or less at the end of the fight. Ooh, we have a chance to just right out kill them. Enemy cohesion must be 200. Look at this. We've got big cohesion. No fatigue. Oh, and it's even gone up to 108. Nice. I think it was 90 something last time around. They got shields. They got this. Let's quickly check their stats. 4240. Discipline 23. Looks good. 4240. Discipline. Yeah, we've got a better discipline. I think this one should be doable. Easily enough, hopefully. What is this? The formation is loose. Max cohesion is significantly reduced. The unit has been flanked. Its front is always 0. Okay. And its initiative capacity is compromised. Besides, the balance of the opponent will be reduced by 1 at the end of each turn, twice per round if it's greater than 0. Besides, what? Let me read it again. Besides, the imbalance of the opponent will be reduced by 1 at the end of each turn, twice per round if it's greater than 0. So we can, without any problems, run fierce. That's good. They cannot throw. We got a bit of javelin skill. So let's see. We even can hit this time around. Look at this. On target difficulty, throw initiative, lose target. Okay, let's see. We did not hit. We go into the melee. And what is this modifier? What a monster modifier. Holy flanked 200. What a modifier. Oh wow. Yeah, well, we could even go cautious, but we don't need to because they lose imbalance. We can just go in, get this. And we just go for a full melee push with Anicius, Titus Anicius. Or do we go for plus 19? Do we go for the momentum? No, I think we go for the first push right away. The momentum could be on our side if we go fierce. I think we do fierce. Yes, that's 2 momentum. 2 hits. Wow, plus 20. And a hit. Oh, look at these kill numbers. possible kill numbers. Yes, that's a kill. And Anicius is within the fight. That's perfect. Let's check our enemy. He's got 44, 41. To our... What do we have? 62. Yeah, we should have that. Close in. He is failing and failed again. And here's our chance. Soft spot. Oh yes, already head. Head does damage. I want to reduce his fatigue. Torso health, sure. I want to hit him on the leg actually. Cancel that. Do a normal strike on the leg. Fatigue 3. 3 for every percent point of health. Base damage. Or groin. Groin does health damage. A lot of health damage actually. No, we do the leg damage. We go straight in. Defended. Not good. Hit the torso. Wow! How are we so bad? How are we so bad? Wow. Insanely bad. Really, really bad. I mean, come on. Favorable conditions for the groin. Okay. There is a hit. Perfect. Succeeds in a double recovery. Why is this going down? Quickness, stance. Okay, we should lose. We should gain stance now. We could go for groin again. I want to go for the leg again. 38. That's it. That's it. Push him. Push him to the limit. Yeah, that's a groin hit. I think we got him. Succeeds in a recovery. Failed. Okay, our chance to really do damage here. 150. 120. Can we hit him in the head? Yep, that's a hit. And another hit. Yeah, that's another hit and he's dead. That's already 200 down. Crushing victory. Damage to formation 116. Oh, and Sextus Sepulius is also in a fight. Against 38-35 and we've got 44-41. So favorable for us. Let's close in. Yep, we are gaining speed. Is that it? Quickness, where is it? Discipline, overall competitiveness. What was it? Quickness here, 50. 50 against 54. Okay, so we are gaining the speed. Nice. Can we strike? No, but we could do a feint, a deft one at that. 41, of course, we go down. Of course. Oh, he missed that one. Okay, he recovered a bit, but not much. This is our chance to hit. To do some real damage here. This one? Still not. How are we not... With that stance difference, how are we not really hitting here? Yeah, that's just not a high enough chance. Let's do a knock. 77. Yep, that's a knock. And that could be a soft spot hit or a strike on the leg. Oh, 34! Oh, 34. Man, that's brutal. That's brutal. How are we... Okay, let's do it all torso hit here. Okay, we hit him. Let's do another hit on the groin. Torso? Torso again. Yeah, that's a hit. Okay, he's losing a lot of speed here now. And he's not recovering. So now we got the chance. So let's see, torso is 100 base damage. And if I go for a soft spot torso, it's also 100. Weapon skill 20 divided by 2. What's the difference here? Weapon skill 35 divided by 3. Okay. Let's try it. 91, that's a hit. Oh yeah, we got this. We got this. Soft spot. How about we go for a strike on the groin? Yep, that's another hit. He is suffering. Oh, he succeeded in a bit of stance gain. But we just need to really hit him once more. Ooh, barely. 50, 57 on the torso. That should be a hit. Nice. Sextus Sepulius also getting in here with a hit. Oh, what a devastating first round. Ouch. That was a first round push. Insane. Yeah, he lost all of that, and now our opportunity, one more hit. That's close to a kill already. Yeah, we're not really... Four rolls, all of them bullshit. Anyway, Sextus again, this time against... Oh, offensive focus, my chance to hit him. 39, 37 on a 56 quickness, okay. How about we do a strike, right again? Yep, that's a hit. That takes away his bonus. And we can do a soft spot torso hit. Nice. He's already in recovery mode, failed at once, failed at twice. Our chance to get him again. Oh, hard pressed. Yeah, that's a knock on. Can we do a high knock? 58, of course we miss. Why shouldn't we? He recovers twice, and now we have to do it all over again. Because why shouldn't we? What do we have here? A trick. Yes, perfect. That's a trick. And now we can even knock that further with a torso hit. Nice. Sextus honing in on the second kill of the run. Or on the second kill of this one. Yeah, we're going for a normal strike on the torso again. Just hit him. 7, and now he should be dead. 96, yep, dead. That's just a brutal slaughter. Titus again as well. Against another Germanic warrior. Are we quicker? Oh no, we are not. 68, holy moly. That is not even close to my quickness. Offensive focus. Oh boy, I think, my guy, that was a very, very bad mistake on your part. Nice. First hit. 63. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're going for that 48 head. Oh, let's go for that 56 head. What? What? You are kidding me, game. Are you kidding me? Really? Bullshit. I call full bullshit. So much bullshittery. Wow. Stance damage by a lot. It's given more stance. Wow. Try something else and it nearly backfires on us again. Yeah, he succeeded once. Now we just hit him. And hit him again. Yep. One more hit. And I got it. That's just a brutal slaughter. A really brutal slaughter. There's no chance. Wow. I think that's it. They don't even have a chance to fight back. They're just gone. We just killed them. Wow. That was just a beating. It's what, one round of fighting, one initial attack of us, one recovery fight of them, and that's already it. Wow. First wave scatters in case you advance on another confused mass of defenders. Nice. So straight into the second action. Again we get the initiative. And again we are going for... Yeah, we got this. So going for the fears. With the Anicius attack. Do we go for the fears or the steadfast? Yeah, steadfast is fine enough. Where do we need to go? I didn't check. 200 again. So 2 momentum. Hit chance on is 50-50, close to. 1 hit. 64 damage. No kill. Hit. Kill. That's 100. And Titus in the fight again. Against 51-48. Again a quick one. Close in. He does a feint and he does miserably. Wow. Can we strike again instantly? No. Can we shield attack? No. Can we feint? Maybe. If it applies the initiative on the opponent, all victims modifiers are temporarily penalized. If it fails, it lowers the competitive base. The opponent becomes intimidated. -5 to all modifiers for 3 rounds. Do we do that? I say I want to hit him again right at the beginning, but can we go for an offensive focus? And then hit him next turn? I think so. Oh, wow. Really? Fuck you, game. Fuck you. Yeah, sure. Sure, game. Sure. Okay. We are not... By the way, we are not killing this guy. He's just... Look at this. We haven't even tried to hit him once. Okay, now we can hit him, but... Man. Torso hit on 30, on a soft spot, on a 38, or a head hit on a 31. 61, okay, that's a hard pressed. Yeah, torso on a 45. That's a hit. Lost it. And lost it again. Our chance to do more damage. Soft spot hit. How about we hit harder? And hit harder on the strike. 38. Shield charge. How about we do torso again? 83, that's a big hit. Can we do it again? Seems like. Ooh, there's a chance. He gets 1 recovery. He does it. But this is our chance to kill him. Yep, that's another hit. And now we just need a hit. Don't even need this, we just need a hit. Nice. Didn't think we could kill him in one go, but here we are. So that's already 2 down. Yeah, he has a chance to get momentum and he does not. And we now hit him once more. With a hit. No kill. Oh! Paulus Fonteus. I think it's the first fight we have with Paulus. What are his stats? 51-44, 64 quickness. Yeah, that's way more quickness. What was it? 51. Wow. We are way up. I think we can even... Yeah, we're beginning because we had a quicker one. How are we not hitting him? How are we not hitting him? Yeah, let's do offensive focus. Let's see what we can do. He is okay. Confident. Very confident of him. Yeah, do we go for a soft spot torso? Or do we go even for something like the leg? Or the groin? We do a groin hit. Torso hit. Yeah, hard pressed. I hate it. I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. And now we're back to square one. Recover. Offensive focus. Man, I hate it. I really hate that. These low rolls suck. Okay, we have a chance to hit him again. Do we do a leg again? Do we go for torso? We do leg again. Hard pressed. Torso. Torso it is. Man! How is he getting that? Bullshit. Bullshit. I call bullshit on that. Yeah, this one's a hit. He can't save that. Wow, he's rolling so high on each of his defensive rolls. That could have been worse for him and better for us. Oh, Titus again in the fight. This time against 45, 56, 49. Ooh. We are still slower, barely. But we have the upper hand in the fight. Oh, he's going for a quick move. Ooh, an offensive focus. Buddy, I think that is a mistake on your part. We could do a high knock and really put him out of position, or just go in for the hit again. Hard pressed. Now's our chance. Yeah. Yeah, these are all hits. A groin hit. Nice. Oh, he succeeds because we just roll miserably. Of course we do. We do that. That's how we roll. Yeah, exactly. Bullshit. Man, these rolls. Defensive focus. Can we do anything? Yeah, we're not hitting in the slightest. Can we knock him? Of course. Probably not. Yeah. Wow. That was lucky. That was so fucking lucky. Okay, the high roll. Nice. He's breaking down. Now's our chance to hit him. Round 4 or 5. Perfect. Now we can really hone in on the head hit. No, not shield. Soft spot, head hit. Yep, that's a hit. Oh, 54. Ow. And that's the kill. 2-hit kill. Nice. Titus on a mission here to kill as many as he can. Nevius as well. Coming in here. Wanting a piece of the action. Wow, that's just a brutal slaughter. Oh. Oh, wow. 49, 44 and 50 quickness against 55. Okay, we are actually the worst fighter here. So how are we doing that? He stands down and still we have a problem of hitting him. How about we do... Well, a bluff doesn't do much. Let's try deft one as well. Yes. Yes. Oh, that was a big one. This opens up a possibility to go for... Well, just a basic hit. 71, that's a hit. He recovers. Yeah. 12 against a 10. Yeah. I think slow and steady. We just kick him. Oh, 34 is also nice on this one. We just hit him. That's a hit. Hit him again on the head. Yes. We are close. We are close. He failed the recovery. And he only had one. That should be it. I had it. 87 was salvageable for him. Okay, wow. Wow. What a first round again. So how about we press the advantage here with a Fury? 2. Only 1 hit, but he's close to finished. We just need 1 hit. 100. Wow. Yeah, that's it. He's done. He's dead already. On Titus again. Man. He's already fatigued as it is. If there's another fight, we are in trouble. We're already so fatigued. He goes for the defensive focus. How about we go for the offensive one? And now he has to do defense again, probably. Oh no, he did not. In fact, he did not. He's so much quicker. Yeah, he is. Wow. Strike in the groin, in the leg. Soft spot hit on the head. Big hit. Yeah, that's a hit. Another one on the head. And that's close to finished. He recovers not on the first and does on the second. But I don't think it really matters. I think we got this. Yeah. Oh wow, really? Really? That's how you do me in the last one. Just die gracefully, please. Yeah, that's it. Man, that's a brutal slaughter. Palace again. Fontaeus. But the next one, isn't it already done? Oh, I could have skipped that fight. There's a possibility to skip. 53, 45, 42. Yeah, we got the upper hand. How about we go for an offensive focus? He does the defense in response. Yeah, no soft spot hit. Okay, we feint, I guess. The simple one first. That's a 1. And a saved one at that. Another one. That's a hit. And that's a 1. Perfect. First recovery fails. Second recovery fails. And here's our opening. This is the opening we need. Yep, that's a hit. Do we go for a leg? No, we go for a straight torso hit. Yeah, and a full recovery, of course. Recover 1. Man, that's brutal. Okay, that's a hit. That's a 1. No recovery and no recovery. Perfect. Now we can last round hit him like a maniac. Yeah, 31 on the arm, on the head, Nice, that's a hit. Another head hit, yeah. 39 and 93 is good. And we don't kill him, but he is suffering. And I think that's it for this fight already. They're done for as well. 1 round, 2 rounds, it's quick. Without their leader, the Germania, too disoriented and easily dispatched, you press on. Oh, nice. Let me quickly skip save. And we continue. So we are really honing in here, and we just demolished them. You see no civilians around. They must have fled. The tall clouds of dust going past the camp in the distance somebody confirm a suspicion. Your cavalry is giving chase. The most resourceful of the Germanic warriors try to rally the rest. Another group of spearmen desperately stand in your way. Okay, that's the last fight. We are already fatigued on all of the fights we did on the spearheading. We need to get to 200 again. They have no front. We again get the bonus, and we need to kill 700 this time around. So how about we go for the extra momentum, just to push it in here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. No way for him to recover this. 2 hits, 100 damage, a hit. Middle kill possibility. No. Yes. Now it's a kill possibility. Yes, it is. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, Tiberius, Crotinius. Tiberius 45, 44, 39 against 49. Okay, we are barely better than him. Are we already hitting? Yes, we are. Hard pressed one. A hit. Yeah. One recovery. Twice. No. Okay, do we push it again? Yes, we can. Come on. 40 fucking 9, really? And he's close to recovered. Come on, there was a chance here to do really big damage, and what we do, nothing. As per usual. Oh, come on. Wow. That was lucky. Lucky. Yeah, one recovery. Can we hit him again on the head? Yeah, that's a hit. That's another hit. Over 100 is never recoverable, so that's good. And now we can go for a soft spot hit. We can do a normal hit. Yeah, look at this. 37 really pushed us over, and we did the kill. Titus again. Man! Titus in on the action today, like madman. Possessed. Look at this. He's just going all out here. 53-50. Okay, so we should already have... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And we go for a head hit. And... Oh, hard pressed. Could have failed miserably. Okay, he succeeded once. We still got the torso hit. 90, that's a hit. 98, it's also another hit. And he's down to one action and he fails it. So this should be our chance to just kill him. Let's do a 41 head hit. Hard pressed. Just not what I need. 98, that's a hit. Recovery failed. Second one is a success. But I think we got this. Oh, no, that's the wrong button. I clicked the wrong button. Now he's gonna recover. Oh man. We just need a fucking one hit. Yeah, that's it. Man, I thought he was getaway, but did not. Yeah, that's already already suffering here. And that's our chance to hit again on plus 19s. Yeah, you are done for. 2 hits, 130. No hit, no hit, 1 hit with a kill. Another one, come on, another one with no kill, another one with a kill. Yes, that's it, done. Yep, we're done to 0. Man, 3 first round exits for the enemy. Oh, that was not even a fight. I don't even think we can gain any valor or anything from this. Perhaps it's the hopelessness of situation, perhaps the distant cries and the turmoil behind their back. But some of the Germani troops drop their weapon and flee. Their panic spreads like plague. The Meuse joins the Rhine not far from here. The lucky ones reach their boats and cross the large river to safety. Many others are cut down by the cavalry or they jump into the water in desperation. Yeah, competitiveness. You get back to camp, leaving behind an immense stretch of corpses. You have won, but even war has its rules. Caesar detained the ambassadors and launched a treacherous attack on the Germani. He claims that it was necessary, that the enemy was acting with treacherous intent, but there is no way to know the truth. You will not show hesitation in front of the men, but you cannot help but think about today's events. Yeah, now it's down to us to lose some humanities. Shameful and have no were justified. I want to go with he was justified and stand behind his decision. At the same time, yeah, there was a skirmish, and I mean, border skirmishes and skirmishes like this totally happen, and it is unfortunate. I mean, let's see it this way. You're the Germani tribe. You have a contingent. You are already on the other side raiding, and your raiding party is trying to forage, and it's a small party and or a bigger party, and you're foraging and you're meeting opposition, and it's gonna go end in a fight. And of course they know it's the Romans, and they know they are in talks. So yeah, I think they were between a hard place and a rock, or how you call it. So either they forage or they don't and they lose. They could have just gone away, and they choose to, well, fight. Someone did something. I'm still not quite sure if it's not even could also have been, well, a false flag, and that not really, not with that many troops. Don't think so, but would be an option if you are a shrewd tribe's leader, and you don't want them to get into your land or to be part of the Roman parts, whatever, or their protection, and you fear them. Then you play the Romans against them, and the best way to do that would be just that: give them an excuse to attack. And yeah, the foraging troops just attacking the Roman auxiliary forces, spurred them on and killed them. So if you would be a shrewd leader, you would do that as one of the tribes. And I think, to be honest, I would say the Menapii could do that, or one of the two tribes in the north, just to get rid of them for sure and for all. But yeah, still leaves us with a decision. I say it's too hasty. At the same time, yeah, we need to get rid of them. Let's say he's justified. Yeah, we lose integrity and humanitas. Very dangerous enemy has been defeated. You are still alive. You prefer not to dwell on the means, and we lose on that. Yeah, the reasonable one would have been to say it was shameful, but Next day, you informed that Caesar had freed a Germanic envoys he had arrested yesterday. Later, you received news from the scouts. The bulk of the enemy cavalry that had been busy pillaging the other side of the Rhine at the river Meuse went across the Rhine and found shelter with a nearby Germanic tribe, the Sugambri. The Caesar demands that they are handed over. Nobody expects them to accept. Rome has no authority beyond the Rhine. Lingering fatigue is reduced. When a centurion of the first cohort back from a war council tells you that Caesar has decided to build a bridge over the Rhine, at first you think he's joking. No Roman army has ever crossed the Great Rhine. The whole matter of the pillagers must be just a pretext. You suspect that the fact that no Roman commander has ever dared to set foot in lands of Germany at the head of an army is exactly the reason why Caesar has resolved to undertake such an endeavor, but it's not only a matter of personal glory. Proconsul wants to build in a victory over the Usipetes and the Tencteri to discourage any further attempts to trespass into Gallia. The success of this project cannot be taken for granted. The engineers of Legion will have to live up to their reputation. The river is wide and deep, and its currency is strong. Its current is strong. You begin organizing your men. Your engineer cannot be trusted with difficult tasks. Have them help with simple assignments. Your engineers can do their part, but they should stay away from the most advanced assignments. What's our engineering? 42. Oh, that's quite high, actually. But are we really ready to complex task? I think we are doing fine with, we can do our part. I think, difficulty 3. Let's quickly push that, as always, to 5 to see how long we need for a quarter. Okay, we are 1 push ahead. We could even push to gain a bit more. Let's do that once. Twice, and then we move on. Finally a bonus roll. Another bonus roll, and we just push. We do the usual. We push as far as we can go, and once we're close to finishing, we're going for, wow, that's a lot of superior building. No, not push. We are full if we go for the last one. So done. And potential engineering has increased. Nice. Let's quickly check that. Engineering is down here. Nice. Cool. After a few days, the work is well advanced, but there's still a lot to do. Oh, more. Build the barriers to protect the bridge from trunks and other that might be launched from the... Okay. Yeah, let's push. Push. Why no bonus rolls, please? Thank you. Once, twice... Oh, no, stop. I wanted to stop that. That was my bad. Okay, superior. How far are we along? Yeah, we're done. Good. And we finish it off. Potential has increased again. We are now up to... Where is it? Here, 48. Completion of the bridge takes only 10 days in total. The garrison remains on the western bank to guard the entrance to the bridge, while the rest of you march across. Impressive structure. You set foot on the opposite bank, and this is perhaps all you will ever see of Germania. Another sizable garrison is necessary to guard this side of the crossing. Your court has been chosen to be part of it. Take it, let the men relax a little. If anything, discipline should be tightened at a time like this. Oh. Yeah. How are we doing? Fatigue is fine, morale is good. No. We should tighten it. You will not let them slack off. Morale is down on the individual. Troops' opinion goes down, but the centrist discipline goes up. Nice. Messengers keep you in contact with the bulk of the army during the uneventful days that you spend in the remote place. The tribe that lives in the vicinity, the Zugambi, must have left their homes for the safety of the forest while the bridge was being built. Unlike the Gauls, these people do not have cities, as bizarre as it may seem, but only small villages. According to reports, Caesar laid waste to the land and the empty settlements for several days, then he moved to the friendly territory of the Ubi. He reassured them that he would come to their aid should the dreaded Suebi attack. He was informed by his allies that the Suebi had also evacuated their villages and were mustering an army deep into their region in case the Romans advanced that far. Satisfied with the result of his incursion, Caesar decided it was time to leave. After 18 days, Caesar and his army group make their way back, and together recross the Rhine. Having served its purpose, the bridge is cut down. So down it goes. You leave behind the ruins of the bridge, heading northwest. And not much of the summer is left, especially if one considers that the season suitable for campaigning is shorter this far north than is where you've come from. Nevertheless, the proconsul has plans he wants to set in motion. It is said that a mercenary from Britannia helped the Veneti during the rebellion last year. It did not seem particularly relevant back then, but it seems to have become very important now because Caesar wants to mount an expedition to the legendary island. You keep moving until you reach the region of the Morini. This is not friendly territory. The Morini and the neighbors, the Menapii, never laid down their weapons since your victory against their allies 2 years ago, but your entire army is here and there's little they can do as long as you keep away from the deep hinterlands. You establish your base on the coast where the crossing to Britannia is shorter. The fleet that Caesar sent for, the one that defeated the Veneti, is supposed to meet you here. As you wait, Caesar receives delegation from several clans of the Morini. The presence of your army is too intimidating to ignore and they offer to surrender. The proconsul promptly accepts their capitulation and their hostages. So we get the north for free. Not for free, but yeah. The preparations are still underway, but you already know that you will not be part of the expedition given the time constraints. This will be little more than an exploratory mission in only 2 legions. The 7th and the 10th will be taken across. In the meantime, a vessel is sent to investigate the nearby coast of the island and learn as much as possible. You know practically nothing of Britannia. The local trade with the island, ask one of them about it. A merchant tells you that he's only familiar with the closest coastal area. It is inhabited by people akin to his own in custom. He has no idea who or what one would find further north. He cannot tell you much about the size of the islands either. Only that by the size of the southern seaside, it must be enormous. It looks like most of Britannia is shrouded in mystery even for the Gauls. When about 8 ships are gathered at the harbor, Caesar and most of his legates embark with the 7th and the 10th. Another 18 transports are late. When they arrive, they will carry part of the cavalry across. A garrison selected to preside over the port, while your 11th and the remaining legions, along with the rest of the auxiliaries, set out under legate Titus Sabinius and Aurunculeius Cotta. Your assignment is to pacify the Menapii and the clans of the Morini that have not surrendered yet. The locals had long gotten wind of the danger and abandoned their homes to seek refuge in the forest. Similar to what was done in the Germanic, you spent the remaining part of the summer burning empty villages and destroying crops. The aim is to either push the other side to yield or at least to force it into a decisive battle. And one afternoon, after investigating a thicket near a creek, your legionnaires come back with a prisoner. He's an old man with an unkempt appearance, a white beard and long hair. You don't even have an interpreter to translate what he says when they drop in front of you. They did not expect you to have talks. Continue. Intellect awareness. Besides the understandable fear, he behaves as if he's no longer used to being around people. An outcast, you have heard that among the Gauls, it is the fate of those who disobey or verdict of the Druids. Prisoner is too old to be worth anything as a slave. You must decide what to make of him. No, we're not killing him. Release him. You order legionnaires to untie his hands. The man looked confused. You gested that he is free to go. He's about to leave, telling from his looks he must have gone through very hard times. Let him have dinner. Maybe he can tell us something. At first he might be wondering what kind of game you are playing. When you realize that the offer is genuine, he looks deeply affected. This must be the first act of kindness he has really received in years from the most unlikely of sources, no less. You notice with some amusement the puzzled looks of his soldiers. The man enjoys his meal in silence, careful not to waste a crumb. A few days pass. You learn that Caesar's fleet has returned from Britannia, but you join him only later. You keep the vow that you made. So that was our battle. By the small number of hostages you find at camp, the expedition can't have gone very well. You talk with length with Annius, a centurion of the 7th. He befriended during the Aquitaine campaign, the one where we went southwest. He recounts that they were attacked as soon as they approached the shore. It took a tremendous effort to repel the enemies and set up a breachhead. 4 days later, the fleet that carried the cavalry sailed from northern Gallia but was scattered by a storm and forced to turn back. On top of that, the army waiting ashore was completely unaware that the full moon that night would bring an exceptional tide. Combined with the storm, it caused massive damage to the ships with no carry, no supply, and no means of transport. Caesar sent parties to forage the nearby countryside for food. Annius was in one of those groups when they were attacked by war chariots. War chariots, would you believe it? He himself was wounded by a missile. He shows you a bruise on the right side of his chest that has not fully healed yet. They were rescued at last, but without a mounted force. Victories on the battlefield were frustrated by the impossible to chase the fleeing enemies. Enough transport were eventually repaired to make the crossing and take an army back to the mainland. Take the army. Only 2 of the tribes that had been defeated kept their word and sent hostages. You think you know what to expect next year as soon as the good reason returns. In the meantime, all of the legions will spend the winter in the cold lands of the Belgae. So we are up north in the Belgae region, and we are next summer gonna play fun police and run around the land and shore up any kind of resistances. In my opinion, we should have now the southwestern part with Aquitania. We have the southern parts. We have the western parts with the Veneti. We've got the northern parts. I think we close to have all of Gallia, and now it's just down to business. Okay, let me check. Let me save. Okay, did that. And now let's see if we come back to camp. I would say yes. Yeah, that's the end of the part so far. Initials. What do we want to push? How about we push shield? And century, we do sword fighting once. And we're in camp. So, what a fun part. About over an hour now. I think an hour 15 something ish. I'm gonna show you a bit of maps again, as we did a few things here. And yeah, this was a total slaughter. I mean, what a slaughter. Not even something to get rank on, it seems. We just annihilated the enemy, and that is it. Wow, look at this. Titus going in with all of the kills, these Germanic warriors. Look at this. The Soldurius from an episode ago gave us a lot of valor here, and these Germanic warriors were all the ones we had right now. Nice. Okay, and how about our century and our people? Yeah, he all got back here. Valor scores 4. Titus also did his thing. He's killed each of the enemies. Sotatius, Viromandian, Herodes, and Sotatius. Oh no, he is missing Soldaris. Huh. Anyway, we have no fallen so far, which is nice. We are looking fine on the religion part. Yeah, that's all looking fine. Perfect. Cool. So, this is it for this part. And we are gonna see each other with a bit of a map now, where we show you what he did in this year. And yeah, then we see each other with part 6 next time. So, until then. Or to the map. Bye bye. And here you see the map again. Of course, I found one again by Cristiano64, so big shout out again to him and on the Wikipedia. So we can see here again what we had. So you see we came from the south, and that's where Gallia Cisalpina, where Caesar stayed. He came back up here the way all the way to Lutetia, what is now known as Paris. And then we moved up into the north, and we thought about seeing about the Menapii, the Morini, and you see up here, that's where all the tribes that were mentioned are. Morini to the left, north left, or northwest, in the Belgae part, or France-Belgish parts. The Menapii in 2 parts as well, one here, one there. And then we also have here on the eastern side the Sugambri, the Ubi down here, the ones where he wanted to send the 2 other tribes, and the Tencteri down south of the Ubi. So Sugambri and Tencteri trying to get into the Ubi, well, not trying to get to, but they came, as you can see here, by the small thing here, or by the pointer, the orange one. You see they followed the Rhine up north, then they went over the Rhine, and they went into the Menapii space, and yeah, that's where the trouble was at. And you can see here the cross where we hit each other, so where the mouse went to flows, you can see it here, and where we moved along it, and then we went to the fight. There's the river Rhine there, and then we went down south and we crossed the Rhine. There's the bridge. You went into the territory of the Sugambri and did some damage, and then we came back to Itius Portus in the west, northwest, and the Morini part, and we went over and went for the southern, or just Caesar went, we didn't go, but they went for the southeastern tip of the British Isles, and then he came back. And what we want to do next time around probably is fight the Morini, Menapii, and the Menapii. And down you can see here we are still missing the eastern part where the Vectiones, Nemetes, and Triboci are. And we are missing some Gallic parts down south, and I guess it's going to be the Averni, the big ones. The down south where we still missing some parts of the Gallic parts. Anyway, that is it for this time around, and we will see each other with the 6th act, and that's gonna be some more running around, killing some enemies, probably getting more of the Gallic lands, or at least the ones we are still missing. And yeah, I'm also probably thinking that we are getting some revolts at some point, because the Menapii are not really not standing down, and that's gonna take a while until we have it. So Thanks for watching, and I will see you with the next part. Bye bye.